Hi guys, and welcome to Visual Basic tutorial of a math app. And right here I have 49 plus 19, and for your information, this app only calculates using integer. And right here, if you get the answer wrong, the answer will be displayed over there. If you get the answer right, you will have a point awarded to you there. So we have exit, clear, and reset. Now let's try this out. Check out the result. There we go. And
71 minus 19, what is the answer?
A point is awarded. So I'm going to pretend and get this one wrong.
Incorrect answer. The right answer is 52.
And the system will give you the
87
right
minus
answer.
7, what is the answer? (31 plus 13), what is the answer?
And we enter the right answer. If we accumulate 3 points, we should be able to go to the next level. Click on the result and check.
87 plus 16,
now
what is the answer?
We're back on level 2 of the math app, and as you can see, we have a timer there. If this timer takes you up to 0, guess what? The system will log you off. Okay, so what I'm going to do now,
the game is
as
over.
you can see, the game is over because I get logged off by the timer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys straight into Visual Basic Development Environment, and we'll put one of these together. Let's do that now, guys. Okay, let's start a new project. I'm going to right click and just select Visual Studio 2022. I'm going to click on Next and select Create New Project. I will select Visual Basic, that would be Windows Forms Application Visual Basic, and click on Next. Now let's give that project a name. Just call it VB underscore math. So that's going to be the name of my app, VB underscore math underscore app. There we go. Now the development environment is ready. Okay. Now I'm going to go straight into the project and add 2 more forms. That's form 2. Make sure it is form number 2. Okay, click on add, and let's add 1 more. I need 3 in total. We have form number 3 added. There we go. Select each of the form and change the font size to 1386 by 788. The choice is yours, whatever your resolution is. Okay, that's for the form 3 taken care of. I'm going to do the same thing for the form number 2. I've already copied it and just paste that in there. And let's do the same thing for the main form, which is form number 1. There we go, all done. Now let's go straight into the toolbar, and I'm going to look for panel. Grab the panel, just draw it there, right over there. And I'm going to change the color of this panel to cadet blue. So let's go to the back color here and just enter cadet blue. There we go. I will then copy it across, click and drag. We have 2, and click and drag. Bring this right down here. Hold on to your control, just click and draw. That is my cadet blue in there. That's fine. Well, I'm going to add another panel right there, and I've changed the color of this panel to control. There we go. I'll copy this panel and bring it down. So we have 1 panel here, 1 Hold on to the control. We have 2 and we have 3 now. And this very panel, I'm also going to copy it for the others. So let's reduce that. Hold on to control, click, bring it up here, and repeat the same thing for what we have down here. Alright, I'm now going to add labels. So let's come up here and just grab a hold of label, paste one in there, and I'm going to copy this very label, bring it here, and one here as well, and maybe one here. Okay, let's just increase the font first. I'm going to change this one to something much more readable. I'm going to make that about maybe 50. Alright, just take it up, and in there let's enter as follows: Visual Basic .NET Math App. There we go. And maybe make that bold. There. Something like that. Now this one's here. Let's increase the font size. I'm going to make that 28. So let's come right down here, bold 28. Right. Very good. Just paste it dead center. Just hold on to it and copy it. Copy here. And I'm going to copy here as well. And copy this. Let's bring it down here. And copy here. Then we will also need some more on the other side. And one here and one here. There. Change this very one to change the appearance to, okay, make that auto size, that will be true. And border style, fix 3D. Just get rid of the text content on it. There, that's the first one. I'll change that to, instead of fix 3D, I'm going to change it to fix symbol. Alright, with a line across it. And this will be value 2. Okay. Now let's add a text box. One text box here. Bring that here. And just change the font of that one to 28 bold as well. There we go. And that's what's going to happen with the other components. So I'm going to speed that up and get back to you guys. Now you know how to add the components. And right there, and I've also added buttons here. There we go. And each of the components do have a name now. So let's save that, and I'm just going to click on run and see how that looks like. Alright, that's how it's looking now. Okay, that's one thing I'm going to have to do. Let's make sure the form is centered. So let's select the form and the properties. Let's scroll right down. Make sure the form is selected. Come into start position and get that centered. And I'm going to repeat the same thing for the other forms. Get this centered as well. And number 3, get that centered. Now, copy every single component we have on form 1. So just select Ctrl A, copy, and let's go into form 2 and just paste that in there. There we go. On form 2. There. And for level form 2, I'm just going to change that to level 2 Math App. There. And I'm also going to copy this, just paste it right up there. That will be my timer. There we go. Alright, so for form number 3, let me copy this, and I'm going to come in here from number 3. I'm just going to let's copy this. Let's copy that. Copy everything in there and delete it. Delete what we don't need. Come in here, just paste that in here. Dead center. Right. And minimize this. Okay, that's fine. Let's delete what we don't need. Delete, delete. Bring this all the way. And get rid of every other thing. Bring this here. All we just need in there is something that says game over. Change that to game over. Make sure it's selected and bring it down. And increase the font size just a little bit more. Make that 72 bold. There, that's it. That's form number 3 taken care of too. Alright. Okay then. Save that. Now let's go back straight to form 1. Right here inside form 1, I'm going to do as follows. Let's double click on the form itself. Oh, wait a minute. Before that, let's go into the project. Click on the project and let's select. We need to add a reference. Okay, add reference. I'm going to need that for the speech. And right in there, just type in speech. That's the speech in there. Click on that. There, speech is officially added. Now double click on the form. And right above the public class, I intend to import as follows. Let's say import. I'm going to import a speech system dot speech dot synthesize. There. I'm also going to import media. That is system dot media. There we go. All done. And one other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the project. I intend to import in sound. So click on the name of your project and let's go to resources, add string, click on string, add audio. Then on the other side we have add resources. Click on add resources, click on add existing resources, and in there what I'm looking for is, okay, let's go into my C# or C++. I think I do have some sound in here somewhere. There we go. Copy all of those, click on add. There. Those are all your sound. Okay, that's fine. Now back to the form. You can get your sound anywhere, so that's cool. So back to my form and double click on that form again. I'm now going to import the following or create the following variables. Just about 4 of those for now. Dim, sappy. Sappy will be used for the sound. That should be dim. That's going to be as new. Let's say speech synchronizer. There we go. Then I'm also going to create a random number generator. Let's say as new. That's another object. Random. And dim. I'm going to just call that Arithmetic Operator. Operator, as that would be string character. It's a dim, another one. I'm going to call that AddValue as integer, and I'm going to initialize that with 0. There. Okay, and right below it, let's create a function. I'm going to call it, let's copy this, paste that here. We call it As Operator. Alright, there we go. That's my function created. Inside my function, I'm going to declare the following variables, so they're all going to be integer. So let's grab all of this and just paste it in there. Paste that in here, and I'm going to change the name to number1. That's number1, and number1 is going to take in the following random number dot next, and this is going to be the random number in there from as of 24 to 90, 98 or 99, whatever. There we go. That's my first variable generated within or inside my function. Copy and paste that. So the next one is number 2, and I'm going to make that 1 to 23. There. And create another one. This other one is going to be for my operations, and I'm just going to make that 1 to 5. 1 to 5. That's going to be for the operators. So let's just enter let's say operations as integer as well. Declare another variable that will be for, I'm going to use that for my for loop. So that's integer, and allocate a value of 1 in there. Now, and I want, when you run the program, this very one here, that's called txt result, I believe. Yeah, that's correct. I want the system to focus straight onto it. So right underneath here, I'm going to say dot focus. There we go. And now let's use a for loop. So let's just say for I, let's name I as integer as well. That's integer. And underneath here, I'm going to use a for loop in this. Let's say for I, that is going to be equals 1 to number. Now, okay, and right in there, I'm going to create a select statement, and that is going to be select from operator right here. Paste that underneath here, and the very first case is going to be 1. Remember, that is 1 to, or that should be 1 to 5, not 58 operators. It's 1 to 5. I'm only going to use 5 of those. So the very first one is going to be the arithmetic operator is going to take in this value. Paste that in there, equals the plus sign. There. And if that is taking in the plus sign, and I want this text box, this one here, let's grab the name of that, text box 1, come back in there, text box 1 dot text, and that's, we need to convert whatever is going into it, dot convert to string. And what are we converting? That is whatever value we have inside number 1. Copy that, and paste that for number 2. Change this to 2, and this is txtNum2. Right, once that is done, we now need Sappy to say something. I'm going to say Sappy dot speak as in, there we go. And I want Sappy to do as follows. So the text box 1 here, grab all of that, paste that in here. I'm going to say plus. I want Sappy to read this out, plus. Let's add another plus in there. That will be text box 2. Read that out for me. Text box 2, and let's say, what is the answer? There. That is the first one taken care of. So I'm going to copy that. Let's copy everything there. Come down here, and this is going to be select case 2. Change this one to 2, and this will be maybe minus. There we go. And the next one as well. Paste and paste another one. This is case number 3 and case 4 here. And this is division, so I'm just going to say divide by, or divided by, enter a column. Make sure you put a column in there, else Sappy will get it wrong. And this one is going to be multiply. Multiply by, let's enter by as well, there. And that is it. And this, we need to change this one to that. Let's multiply, divide by. Okay, and right underneath here, let's just say case else. That's the 5th one. Case else, and we just display message box. Message box dot show, let's say invalid input, comma, and that is the title, mass app, and comma, just enter another argument there, message box button, let's say dot OK, comma, another argument, message box icon. I'm going to make that information, and there, that is it, done. However, right underneath here, I'm going to now ask my lblOperator to display the operator. This is the lblOperator. Okay, display whatever kind of operator that we may have in there. Right underneath here. Dot text, that will be equals whatever the operator is. Just paste that in here. There, that is it, done. All I then need to do is to call this very function inside my form load, and that is my form load right here. To get to your form load, all you need to do is double click on the form, and that's the function form load. Paste that in there, and you can just put call. There we go. That is it, done. So I'm going to run that. Let's see how that's going to work. Click on run.
41 divided by 15, what is the answer?
You hear that, guys? So you just need to enter the right answer. So in this case, 41 divided by 15 to the nearest whole number, so I'm going to say is 3 there. So if we have actually run this, add some lines of code in here, this will validate whatever enter in there, and if it's incorrect, the answer will be displayed in here. I'm going to exit out and let's go back to the form 1 and just double click on this very button there, and in there let's take care of the exit. I'm going to use try catch, and in there I'm going to declare, or let's create the following. So that's going to be dim exit game as, I'm going to make the dialog result, and exit game we take in the following argument. So let's come in here as game equals, let's grab hold of all of this, my message here inside the message box. Okay, I'm going to grab hold of everything here and just say equals that, and in here I'm just going to change this to confirm. There, confirm if you want to exit. Break that into line 2, and that is it. So I'm going to now come down here and use the if statement. If exit game equals dialog result dot yes, then application dot exit. There we go. And right below it, I'm just going to enter the following message. Let's say message box dot show message. So that gives me a default message that will handle the whatever error I run into. Now the next thing is I'm going to copy my function there, go back in there, double click on clear. I'm going to paste that inside clear to reset it. I'm going to also paste it inside reset. You can improve on those if you guys want. Now let's double click on the result button. Double click on the result button. Right inside the result button here, I'm going to, first of all, let's create some variables. I'm going to copy all of these here. Let's copy that. Yeah. Maybe grab it all and just change things around. So inside the result button, again, double click on result here, paste that in there. And right here, so for number 1, I'm going to say convert dot to int32. Int32 should be somewhere, yeah. And what I'm converting is going to be txt button, that's textbox1.text, and I'm going to repeat the same thing for textbox number 2. Paste all of this in there and change this to 2, text number 2. That's fine. Now the next thing I want to do, let's get rid of this. I'm going to create 2 more variables, 2 more. Yeah, get rid of this as well. And these 2 variables will be, let's call it answer, comma, and we have result. Those are my 2 variables I intend to use. They are both integer. Now to start with, you see this add value that I have in there. I'm going to now increment that. Come right there, add value equals add value plus 1. There we go. I'm using an if statement. If lblOperator.Text if that is equals the plus sign, then we want the following, and I want answer. Let's say answer equals number 1 plus number 2. There we go. Else if you subtract, then this becomes subtract. Else if for multiplication and division. There we go. Alright, all done. So now we now want to use another if statement to check. But before then, let's say else here. Else answer is going to be equals to 0. Right. And right underneath here, I'm going to use another if statement here. And here, but before then, let's say result, that will be equals. Convert whatever we have inside the text box to int32. So that would be dot to int32. And what I'm converting that is going to be whatever I have inside txt result.text. Okay. However, if result is not equals to answer, and then I want the following, I want SAPI to do something, then let's say SAPI here has plus, this should be minus, that's a mistake, correct that. Alright, grab hold of SAPI. Okay, make sure you guys correct that. So here that is plus, minus, multiplication and division. That's the for the select case. So in here I'm going to say SAPI, I would like you to say as follows. So let's get rid of all of these, get rid of this as well. Okay, get rid of everything. And in here SAPI is just going to say maybe incorrect answer. Okay, the right answer is, make sure you enter column in there. I'm going to say plus convert dot to string, and what I will convert into string, that is going to be answer. There. Once that is done, we now want lbl display dot text, that to be equals, we need to convert this to string as well. Just dump it right there. Then in that case, value AddValue equals AddValue plus 1. No, that should be minus 1 because it's incorrect. Right. Then let's call our function. That is the function there. Call that. And I'm also going to get focus inside the, no, that should be focus dot focus. Inside the text box, that's meant to show the result. Can also, no, we should also clear it before we get focus anyway. dot text equals clear. There. Alright, that's fine. Now I want the system to say something from this is it here, from my resources. Inside the resources I must have added some sound in there. So let's see. Go to projects, the name of my project. There we go, those are the sound. Okay, so let's go back inside my code here. And there, let's say dim sp as new. So I'm just creating object for sound play, and that sound play we get the data from my resources dot alarm. There, that is my first sound made if the answer is wrong. And we also need my variable or my instant sp to load up the sound. Dot load and then play it. sp.play same. There, that is taken care of. So I'm going to copy all of these and use it for the next, or you can just use ElseIf. So if this one is equals answer, my sound play here will be .win, and we don't really need SAPI anymore because we won. Get rid of that. Do we need the display? I'm going to get rid of this. Yeah, get rid of this. And the only bit that we need actually is the sound. So we have the sound. So let's move it. Just move it up here. There. Then this. Call the function, and underneath here I'm going to say lblOperator.Text, that will be equals value. No, that's not operator. That should have been lbl store point dot text, that is equals convert dot to string, whatever we have inside add value. There we go. There. And we then want the result to get focus. Okay. We can just take care of that and just, yeah, that's clear. Then the next thing we want to now do inside here is I'm going to add an if statement, a nested if. So if store result, if that one is 3, lbl store the result if is equals 3. We want to go to the next form. So come right down here, just a SAPI dot pause and from 2 dot show. In that case, me dot hide, and that is it. Right underneath here now, I'm going to now get the, let's get hold of this and paste it right underneath here. So that takes care of that. Okay, let's try that out now. I'm going to click on run. Let's just see how
29 plus 7, what is the answer?
And that will be 36. Let's see. That is good.
62 plus 15, what is the answer?
Oh, this should have been cleared. Okay, let's just enter whatever in here.
Incorrect answer. The right answer is 77.
Very good.
31 plus 14, what is the answer?
Okay, so we need to clear that. So right up here, I should have cleared my results. So let's see here. .text equals clear. Okay, that is fine. Now, the next thing we want to do, let's add timer to it. So we add timer to it, and I also noticed something on my exits. I have OK in there, so that should be yes or no. There we go. Right, that is taken care of. Now let's go to form 2 now. So inside form 2, I'm going to grab hold of all of the functions that I've used. So let's go back into form 1. I'm going to grab a hold of every single function in there. Right, including this, copy that. And form 2. Paste that right on top. Now, grab hold of the variables as well. The variables and the function. Just copy all of that. Take it right down. There we go. Right. Here, all copied. Go into form 2 and just paste that right underneath here. There we go. And I'm going to call this function here that I've just copied, I'm going to call that inside form load. Okay, look at form load. Paste that in there. Okay, that's form 2 taking shape. And what else do we need to do? Now, if you like, you can just change this. You can change the value in here to whatever you want. So I'm going to make this about 20 and make this maybe 21. Maybe this one can be about, let's say, 102 or whatever. There. Alright, save that. Okay, and inside form 2, I'm going to add a timer there. Yeah. Go straight to the toolbox and let's look for timer. There we have a timer in there. Double click on the form load itself. So inside the form load, let's do as follows. txt reset dot, I want that to focus. Now let's create an object for my timer. Name timer1 as new timer. And timer1.enable. That will be equals true. And timer1, that will be equals new. As a system windows.form dot timer. And let's say add event, the event I intend to use, that's going to be or hard handler, so that's going to be timer1 dot tick. Yeah, comma, then I'd like it to address of the event tick itself. Timer1 underscore tick. See, we have an error because the timer1 tick is not hasn't been activated. So let's say timer1.interval. Let's make that about 100. Yeah, I'm going to make it about 100. And timer1.start as well. There. Now to take care of this, let's go back in here, double click on the timer itself to create the tick. Look at that. That is gone. Okay, now before I do any other thing inside the timer1 procedure here, let me declare the following. I'm going to come up here and just say dim, I say duration, and I'm going to make that about 100. Oh, that should be as integer. There we go. And just correct that. That should be dim. There we go. Now, inside the timer1 take this very one, so let's come in here and use an if statement to take care of whatever might happen within the duration. If duration, if that is equals 0, then timer has to stop. Timer1.stop. Okay, and if timer1 stop, I then want the form3 to show up. So let's say form3 dot show me dot hide. Right, else, let's say else if duration greater than 0, then correct that. Then we now want the duration to increase. Let's say no, decrease, duration -1, and we also want the timer to stop. Then we have lbl timer counter.text equals display duration. Display the duration. Let's say dot convert to string, and there we go. And that is all with the timer. So all I then need to do is just, let's copy the exit and paste it in there. Copy, come right in here, double click, paste, and here I'm just going to call mass function, and inside a clear, go back in here, I'm going to call mass function again. There we go. And I think that's all there is to it. So let's take it from the top. Exactly the same thing that I did with the form1. That's my function, and that is the form load. There we go. Now let's see the button. Double click on the button in here. There is nothing inside the button yet. So I'm going to go straight into form1. Let's copy what we have inside the check result. Copy everything. Take it down, and there we go. Copy that there. Let's go into form number 2. Double click on that and just paste that right in there, and that's all there is to it. So now this form will be form, let it return back to form 1. Change that to 1. Or if this equals this, or we can say game over, you can change it to form 3. The choice is yours, either to start it all over. Okay, let's start it all over. Only if you run out of time, then will you go to form 3. So let's see, double click on this timer. If you run out of time, it goes straight to form 3. Okay, that's fine. Save that and let's run.
94
there.
minus 3, what is the answer?
That is 91. That's good.
49 plus 8, what is the answer?
Let's make that 57.
44 plus 19, what is the answer?
Let's get that wrong.
Incorrect answer. The right answer is 63.
Very good.
38 plus 21, what is the answer?
That will be 59. Let's go to form 3.
88
There
minus
we go.
5, what
That's
is the
correct.
answer?
So that will be 83. There.
$87 divided by 13, what is the answer?
Game over. Okay guys, so with that I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoy it, and please do subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to become a channel member. There are a lot of benefits as a channel member. You all have a nice day, and bye for now.